What is up, everybody? Supreme Kyle here. Today I'm bringing you guys a review on the Nike Kobe 6 Protro Grinch. Definitely a dope shoe. I've wanted this since 2010, was finally able to get my hands on it on this release, so I was definitely stoked about that. But before I get into the review here, just want to say rest in peace Kobe. Really a true legend on and off the court with a legacy, so much bigger than basketball. So with that being said, let's jump right into the review. So getting into the box here, nothing too crazy. You basically have this jet black color throughout. You'll see Kobe's logo on top, followed by his signature below that. You'll also see some black Nike swooshes kind of on this tab here, and you'll get some pricing information as well as the sizing information. Again, nothing too crazy here, and it kind of just allows you to focus your attention more on the shoes. Getting into the shoes here, first thing you'll notice about these is this very loud green to a light neon green color throughout on these. These had first released back on Christmas Day 2010, I believe for $130 retail. So Kobe debuted these on Christmas Day in 2010, playing for the Lakers against the Miami Heat, who are led by LeBron James. In that game, LeBron James actually wore his LeBron 8s, which are now dubbed the LeBron 8 Christmas, which was definitely, a great sneaker moment here. Obviously, Kobe wearing these Grinches, LeBron wearing his shoes. Again, kind of two GOATs going head to head there. Almost like a passing of the torch as well, with Kobe getting older in that game and LeBron kind of being in his prime with two great players in Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Both LeBron and Kobe have amazing Christmas sneakers. I really love the Kobe 7 Christmas and I love the LeBron 9 Christmas, so definitely check those out. I believe in the game, Kobe finished with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. And LeBron had finished with 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists with a triple-double. So definitely an amazing performance and a really cool moment in basketball history as well as sneaker history. So I think that's enough about the history. Let's jump into the actual details of the shoe. So this version released on Christmas Eve 2020 for $190 retail. Obviously a lot of hype with this shoe. A lot of people wanted this. Given that 2010 release was, that shoe is very sought after. Right now, I believe the 2010 pair is going anywhere from $700 to $1,000 depending on the size. Whereas these right now, I believe are going from anywhere from $400 to $500. So kind of a slight pricing difference on there. I definitely like this 2020 version. I never had, again, the 2010 version, so I can't really compare too much with that. I can kind of compare pictures. But getting started kind of with the shoe, again, you'll kind of just see, it basically starts pretty dark with a green color and works its way up to a very, light color, kind of up by the tongue. You'll kind of see these almost like scales, which I believe they, call islands, I think. Kind of almost resemble like a snakeskin pattern throughout. Again, going off Kobe's nickname being the Black Mamba, this just looks amazing. Again, just kind of portraying that snakeskin kind of look on the shoe is just something you don't really see, very often. It's such a cool looking design. And not only that, I think it's also was designed to be a bit more durable with the way this was constructed. So that's something also good there if you actually do plan on kind of hooping in these. Moving on to the midsole, you'll basically kind of see like a darker green midsole here. And then kind of on the heel where you have kind of the Nike Air Zoom basically unit, which is kind of like foam. It's basically like a lighter green. And then almost kind of on this, on the out front upsole here, you'll basically see kind of a lighter, translucent almost green up front. Moving on to the heel here, you'll basically see this kind of almost like plastic design on the back here in like a darker green, followed by Kobe's signature on the back in red. You'll also see black Nike swooshes. These kind of actually have these almost like white little sparkles in them. If you look up kind of close, it's not something I had really noticed before, but I think it is actually a kind of a pretty cool touch once you kind of look up close and you kind of see these scales and some of the detail. And onto the tongue here, you'll basically see Kobe's logo in red. You also get kind of this like neon like laces here. These also do come with these red laces, red extra laces as well, which you could lace up if you're feeling a bit more Christmassy. I think you could probably lace up either. I think they would both look pretty good. And again, you kind of get in almost this kind of like snake-like type of print up here on the tongue here. Moving on to the outsole, it's kind of like an almost like reverse island kind of thing on here. Again, more of like a light translucent green, working your way to a darker green, as well as Kobe's logo in red. You also have some specs of, some carbon fiber on here as well. One other detail I actually saw on these is kind of on the toe. You'll basically see the word phenomenon, which is basically a play on words for a phenomenon. But obviously there with kind of the venom there, obviously, the play on words with, Kobe's Black Mamba name there. So I thought that was definitely an interesting touch, and it wasn't something I really noticed until I kind of watched some other people's videos. I kind of like when they add these little, almost like hidden things onto the shoe. I think it just kind of makes it, kind of these special touches are what people really like in, collecting these shoes. And then finally on the insoles, they basically read from left to right. I want a shoe that molds to my foot. Again, another pretty cool touch, and you'll also see, I believe on the left one is Kobe's number 8, and on the right it has Kobe's number 24, referencing both of Kobe's numbers throughout his career. He had basically kind of switched midway. He obviously started with number 8. I think he ended up winning 3 rings with that, and then switched to 24. I think the reasoning behind the switch, 8 was really his number to kind of establish himself in the league and prove himself, versus when he switched over to 24, obviously there was a lot of drama with Shaq leaving and other things going on. So he kind of wanted a fresh start, and he was a bit more of a mature player, and that's kind of why he switched to 24. At least that's what I read. So I thought that was, kind of interesting on there as well, and definitely a nice, touch on these shoes. I know I've talked a lot about this, like the details of the shoe as well as some of the history. Let me talk about if you should, buy this shoe or not. I think, you should probably buy this shoe. One, if you're going to kind of keep it on ice. I think, the price is definitely going to go up over time. It's a really nice shoe. It's an iconic colorway. I think, they're trading at 400 to 500 right now. I could definitely see them, probably almost up to 1,000 within a year or two. Obviously, the demand is there for these shoes, and with a limited supply, I mean, these should really only go up, over time. But I just love the design of the shoe. So, I mean, for me, I'm definitely going to keep it on ice. I know some people will actually wear these. I think that's a great alternative as well, especially maybe if you get kind of a pre-owned pair. I think that's, definitely a great option, to be able to kind of enjoy these shoes. Obviously, they're very loud. So, I mean, you definitely have to wear them kind of selectively, whether that's hooping in them or, just wearing them out. You definitely need to, figure out what you're going to kind of wear with these. But definitely an amazing looking shoe, and a shoe that, in person is just crazy. And, my first time seeing it in 10 years, I'm just blown away by kind of the details on these scales, and just the different shades of colors I think are, really amazing on this shoe. Again, this shoe is not cheap, but compared to the 2010 pair, you are kind of getting a slight deal, I guess, on these, being that they're at 400 to 500. So, I mean, if you do like this shoe, if you do want to kind of invest in the shoe, or kind of even, maybe end up wearing the shoe, I would definitely kind of buy them here. I don't think they're going to go much lower than the current prices on here. I mean, you can probably find a pre-owned pair on eBay for cheaper. I'll leave some links below to eBay for a pre-owned pair, as well as StockX for a dead stock pair if you're looking. But for me, I would definitely just buy here and, hold these, try to put them on ice, or maybe get, 2 pairs, one to rock, one to stock. Is definitely a good option on there as well. If you somehow managed to get these for retail, which I don't even know how you'd be able to unless you backdoored these or you just got extremely lucky. I mean, you could obviously, flip these pretty quick for a nice profit. I probably wouldn't do that. Again, I would rather just hold these and, kind of wait for them to go up. But I mean, it is kind of nice to, double your profit pretty quick. But again, if you have, kind of the cash to be able to do this, I would definitely just kind of hold on to them, because again, they're just going to go up over time as, the demand for these should probably increase. That just about wraps up my sneaker review here. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel for more sneaker content. I really appreciate all that, and it helps me, and really encourages me to, produce more content. So until next time, guys, peace.